In this video, I will be unboxing the Daytona Ultra Low Profile 1.5 ton aluminum high performance racing jack with rapid pump and a dual piston design from Harbor Freight. If you're considering purchasing this jack, at the end of the video, I will be going over some of the reviews for the jack on the Harbor Freight website. This jack weighs only 36 pounds and has an aircraft grade aluminum body and frame. It is 11.5 inches wide with a minimum height of 2 3/8 inches. It features a two-piece handle that is 47 5/8 inches in length. The machining on this jack is just beautiful, as you can see here. What you want to do once you've unboxed this jack is remove the shipping clip. It is a metal clip that holds the handle socket in position during shipment. For safety, wear safety goggles for this part. Next, you want to attach the handle, slide the upper handle into the lower handle, and click them into place by lining up the button on the lower handle with the hole in the upper handle. Loosen the set screw and insert the grooved end of the assembled handle into the handle socket. You'll then tighten the set screw. The jack comes pre-filled with oil, but you want to confirm that by removing the fill screw and checking that the oil level inside the cylinder is at the top of the piston. Some oil may seep through during this step since it comes pre-filled. To bleed trapped air, you would then turn the handle counterclockwise to open the release valve and pump the handle up and down quickly 10 to 15 times to force air from the system. I would definitely recommend this jack if you need a lightweight jet that is easy to transport and is well built, strong, sturdy, and reliable. It is also a beautiful piece of machinery to have in your garage or shop. Okay, so we are on the Harbor Freight website, and as you can see, this jack is $299.99, basically $300, and we are going to read some of the reviews. Alright, so it says, great floor jack to get under golf cart, very light. Fast jack if you need something light and quick, easy to handle. Needed a jack that would fit under my Vet and still lift my SUV. Also wanted something lightweight. This was the jack for both jobs. Has to be one of the lightest floor jacks. I've been in the auto repair industry for over 30 years. In the off chance I've got to take a floor jack to meet a client, pulling those tanks out and lugging them in the back of my SUV is something I dread every single time. I've got chronic back issues and I'm so worried about throwing out my back, lifting those heavy floor jacks in and out of the vehicles. Not anymore. This floor jack is so lightweight. That alone should convince you of buying one. A few years back, I bought a Mazda Miata and I lowered the suspension really low. 1 out of 10 of my floor jacks at the shop could barely squeeze under the pinch weld. Absolutely no problem with this new ultra low floor jack by Daytona. It's so nice knowing I can lift my lowered vehicles without additional 2x4s or pulling out the special ramps for lowered vehicles. This jack will slide right under almost any lowered sports car out there. I bought one for my personal shop and I'm planning on buying 1 or 2 more for my repair shop. Perfect for track use. I needed something to fit in my trunk for the track. This is perfect. This jack is light and compact. I have other Harbor Freight jacks and they have been good. Great jack if you are lifting a Corvette or other lowrider. I bought this to lift my C8 Corvette. My 3-ton jack would never get under. In my opinion, don't get too concerned about the lift capacity. You probably don't need more than 1.5 tons, 3,000 pounds for any sports race supercar. Actuation was manageable without the included extension. For what I am doing with it, I could not find better. The best build quality I have found at any price point, let alone under $300 at time of review, but your mileage may vary. Let's take a look at some of these pictures. Strong points, lift height, minimum 2 3/8 inches, the best I could find anywhere. Product weight 36 pounds. Carrying handle is a nice touch. 3 front rollers will not dig into my race deck floor if I ever finish that project. 4 outstanding build quality. Daytona works perfecting for my Corvette C8. So shiny I wear sunglasses. High quality jack that makes my current car look bad. I'll need to buy a new C8 Corvette 06 to match the quality of this jack. If you have a low to the ground performance car, this is your jack. Paul says, I work in a performance shop and most of the cars we work on are low, so normal floor jacks cannot get under the cars. This is the lowest floor jack I could find at a very good price. It is lightweight and moves very easily around the shop. All the other techs love using it too. If you need a low profile floor jack, this is the top dog. Best jack ever. I have never experienced a jack that rolls so smoothly. On top of that, this jack gets lower than anything else out there, especially if you remove the lift saddle that just pops out. I no longer need to drive my lowered cars that I compete with onto a mini ramp or block of wood in order to use a jack, saving me tons of time and headaches. A superiorly machined craft worth every penny, even for just looking at. Amazing jack. It's perfect for jacking up my Focus ST. It's really handy with how light and low to the ground it is. A plus, excellent jack, awesome jack, great jack for sports cars. This is a very great jack. It is light and works well. Its low profile allows use with very low sports car. It lifts cars quickly. The only negative is that it is quite pricey. Great for supercar Z06, low enough to use jack pucks and raise a 2019 Corvette Z06 with room to spare. Sweet weight and rapid lift, easily lifts right and left halves to place on stands. Very sexy style and ultra lightweight, I'm impressed. Made of thick aluminum material, the product is only 36 pounds. It rolls smoothly and takes only 4 pumps for the height I need to raise my car, Porsche 911, 930. Amazing made product. Works great on lowered C8 Corvettes. Although it is a little more expensive than other jacks with the same specs, it's a steal at the price it's sold at. The weight being something that can easily be lifted up and carried around with one hand, even having a carrying bar to make it easier, is one of the best features. It looks to be made out of rock solid thick billet aluminum and more than capable of handling its rated capacity. The hydraulics are smooth, and the more difficult part to get right, the release of pressure to lower the jack, is smooth. It makes it easy to release pressure without it all coming out at once. The casters, making it more maneuverable, do a very good job of not having a mind of their own, going every which way, and instead make it almost effortless to position the jack exactly where it is needed. The 2-piece thick-walled aluminum handle with a soft yet resilient padding wrapped around the lower half so as to protect the side of the vehicle should the handle be raised to its maximum extent. Perpendicular from the ground, it being in 2 pieces with each half being about the same length as the jack itself, with a thumb screw holding it to the jack itself and a spring button holding the 2 halves of the handle together, make it very easy to store the entire jack, handle and all, in a little more space than is needed for the jack itself. The lack of any surface covering, paint, and it being made of aluminum make it very easy to keep clean. Low profile for slam cars. I had to work on a Mercedes with airmatic suspension that was slammed to the ground. I couldn't put a standard jack underneath it. This is probably the lowest profile jack you can buy and worked great. A must for lowered cars. Hotshot drivers, read this. I pull a 40-foot flatbed trailer for a living, and regretfully I've had a few blowouts. Using a bottle jack is a great space-saving solution, but if you've ever changed a driver's side tire on an interstate, you know they take time to dig out and set up. For the guys with big Tex trailers, this jack fits inside the toolbox that comes with the trailer. The best part is it is light, 36 pounds, and while I wanted a full-size jack, the weight of a steel 2 to 3 ton and the fact it won't fit in the toolbox was an issue. I highly recommend this jack to anyone that needs a nice, light, full-size jack that has space-saving options. If you have low ground clearance, this is the best choice. My Tesla Model Y Performance has 6-inch ground clearance with a flat, low-profile tire and a hockey puck lift pad that leaves less than an inch of clearance after moving the jack into position. No other jack can do that. Plus, it fits perfectly in the rear trunk lower storage bin. See photo, it's built like an aluminum tank. Wow. Perfect for boomers with back issues.